Hey everyone. It's kind of fucking dark. Sorry about that.
Hey, do you pay the bills here?
No, like, the police send us money, I guess.
We're
uh,
taking your donations right now, please.
Fetty and Tubbs 3? Possibly 4. That's how well. We don't have fucking lights. We
Nope.
don't even know what episode we're on. We both would probably just like to go to bed right
I
now.
think, what, 3 people have seen this so far?
Zorn.
Yeah, my buddy Derek.
Your buddy Derek.
Uh,
Us too.
Nobody's mentioned it to me anywhere else, so
Really? Oh,
I'll
okay.
just keep plugging away.
But they're not going to because you're on vacation.
Yeah, I've got a little mini sort of split up vacation.
It's not like a mental vacation, is it? Where they're just like, you know what?
No, no, not this time.
Not on like some FMLA or like like it was such a traumatic month. Because like so where you're at, the what would you say your busiest months are? Like you can't take a vacation.
Obviously, November, December, January is all pretty tough.
Yeah, with like holidays.
Yeah.
We were going to talk about vacations, but I kind of want to get on this a little bit, right? What about like what's the most annoying thing about being around customers during the holidays? I know you can talk fucking hours on this.
Yeah, no, actually, one of the points that I've made many times, and anybody who works with me on a regular basis knows I've said this. I feel like 11 months out of the year, one person in the household does the shopping. Okay,
Okay.
maybe it's the woman, maybe it's the man. Who knows?
There's a routine.
But when it comes to the holidays, they always send the person who's never been in a grocery store in their life. They like walk in the door and they're like, "Where's the pumpkin?" Like you haven't even tried. Like just
or
make an effort, man. That's all I'm saying.
or even like
Or they'll look at a list and they'll be like, "Can you tell me what this is?" And it's like it says whipped cream. I don't
or it just says
understand.
pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Can you imagine and then you have people just regular shopping because people still need regular food. So then you have those on top of just the random people wandering around going. There's giant displays. Like you guys have made it pretty easy to be like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
here's literally everything you need. Like all the spices, all the pumpkin, all the cranberries.
It's like we've done this before. Okay, we've got it ready for you. All you have to do is come in and put the shit in your cart.
Also, too,
But they don't want to look. There's like, oh, it's crowded. I better just ask this short fat guy where 9 things are. It's like I just want to take their cart and their list and go do it for them. It'd be faster.
What if you should be like, hey man, I'm busy. Give me $20.
I've always thought about just having pre-made carts, like
Like
throw up
bags.
some broth, some pumpkin, cranberry stuffing, some gravy. Just have it ready to
Can
go.
you
When
call
they
it-
come in, like, hey, I need some help. Just be like, take this. This is a good start. Then come see me when you get home.
Can you call it like the single parent package
Yeah.
where it's just like, hey bro, this is all. I can't help you with the turkey, but just buy a turkey and you'll be fine.
Follow the instructions. It's fine.
You know what my family ended up doing the holidays, which I thought was smart because eventually people just get sick and tired of doing the holiday. Like,
Mhm.
hey, let's fucking fist this bird and do all this stuff. They literally was like, you know what, we're just gonna buy a turkey breast. And I'm like, that's fucking smart. Like it's literally you just cut it up. Everyone has the turkey that they want, and you don't have a fucking 20-pound turkey in your whole oven.
Yeah, and then you gotta eat cold turkey sandwiches, just bread for the next week. It's disgusting. That's what we did in my house.
But I don't
Just
understand.
eat cold ass whole turkey. Just disgusting.
And then people are like, it's amazing. Like they're called leftovers. Like that's what it is. Like I've never understood cranberry sauce.
Oh, I love cranberry sauce.
But okay,
I'll eat
so
it right out of the can. It doesn't even have to be Thanksgiving.
okay. So speaking of that, the cream of mushroom story. Can you tell the cream of mushroom
The
story?
cream mushroom story.
So you're picky when it comes to soups.
Yeah, well, not necessarily soups, just like the vegetables involved.
Okay.
So I love green bean casserole. Okay, I will make it in the middle of April for no reason, and just make that. Just have green bean casserole. So I made it one time. Did all the ingredients, baked 350 for 30 minutes, get it out. I'm eating. It's just delicious.
Were some of the best you've
Oh,
had?
yeah. I mean, every time I make it, it's amazing.
What about it do you like?
Everything.
Just everything about it. The crunch, like the crunch.
The crunch.
Now, are you using a shit ton of the onions?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you got to.
Yeah. The key is to not put milk. I think the official recipe calls for milk. I don't put milk in it because it gets crispier.
You fucking.
So I'm eating it. I'm just tearing up this bowl. I'm like, I think I'm gonna go get some more. So I walk in and my trash is still sitting next to the stove, and I look and I use like 2 cans of cream of mushroom, and one of the cans was cream of celery. And I don't like celery at all. So naturally, the only thing I could do is throw it out.
Well, because you hate celery
Yeah,
that much.
even though I ate it, it was delicious, and I wanted more. But now I'm like, there's fucking celery in there. I'm not gonna eat that. That's disgusting.
What about celery bothers you?
All of it, everything about it, the taste, the texture, I just don't even know why people would eat it.
So, if you had to get rid of Hitler and everything he did,
Mm.
and celery just being around, which I don't honestly don't think it would be that big of a loss to the environment.
I think I'd probably just make Hitler eat all the celery. And then,
9.
Yeah, and then he'd be like, "Hey, it's time to invade Poland." And he's like, I'm sick to stomach." That was Russian, by the way. That wasn't even German. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm gonna stay home and no invade. That I don't even know what accent that is. I'm not even gonna continue. Yeah. I don't want to invade Poland right now, Holmes. So I think if you just made him eat all the celery, 2 birds, 1 stone.
Just 2 words, and then kill him.
Yeah.
And then kill it.
I think he would kill himself. Honestly, I think the outcome would have been the same.
Celery
You
is
just give him
useless.
like at the very end. You're like, "Here's a little tub of peanut butter you can dip it in," and he's like, "It's too gross. Too gross for peanut butter." I need to work on my German accent.
I only said 9 because that's the only thing that really in German I'm there. Das Boot. So then speaking on candy,
Rammstein.
Du hast like it's just Hitler eating celery.
Because you know, like the little stringies would get in his mustache.
Now, why? You know why I learned, and it might just be one of those urban myths or those things people tell you that why they hand you celery at like after you eat wings and stuff like that.
I've always wondered that myself.
It's natural floss. It gets all the little chicken out of your teeth.
Not mine.
Well,
I'm throwing that celery right. I'll throw it on the floor.
do you like a good toothpick?
Yeah.
You like a good toothpick?
Not as much as I like a good back scratcher.
You gotta fucking have one. You know what? That son of a bitch is never there when I need it.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and you gotta rub like a bear on a tree.
The 3-year-old or that is never near me to be like, and then also too you gotta scratch the shit out of my back. You know when people.
I don't have to.
Well, no, I mean, if I wanted you to.
I mean, I can.
Now you can, but like think about like when your back itches, right?
Mm.
You don't want this. You don't want. I want digging in, get that fucking itch.
All right, let's try this on 3. Okay, worst place on your body to have an itch. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Balls
inside your asshole.
Yeah. I didn't know where. So like, but what about on the end, not in it, but like on the end where it's either a hot day, there maybe, you just swamp ass everything like that, and you're there and you just. Side action.
Shift the cheeks
the cheeks, and then you're like, and then you're good, and you're like, okay, that must be it.
Yeah, but I can't move. Like I got it finally good. I can't move again because it's just gonna start itching again. Did you guys hear this cricket?
There's a goddamn cricket. Along those lines, but also about canned foods, SpaghettiOs.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you fall on SpaghettiOs?
I don't like SpaghettiOs unless they have meatballs.
But why?
I never really have come up with a good answer to this. I will eat SpaghettiOs with meatballs. I'd eat them 5 times a week if I could.
Oh my God.
But I don't like but if I had a can of regular SpaghettiOs and I had no food in the house, I'd probably be like, I just won't eat tonight.
There's a whole can there of perfectly good. Could you make your own little meatballs to go in SpaghettiOs?
No, that's above my skill level. Above my skill level to make a fucking fake ass meatball.
You're there crafting. You're calling their customer service line to be
what
like,
is this, horse? I don't even know what this is.
What can you make other than green bean casserole?
Well, I used to cook. It's kind of pointless to cook for just one because then Fatty ends up just eating all of it and throwing up.
It's kind of depressing to be like,
yeah.
Oh, here's second dish.
And if eventually Danielle's gonna watch one of these, and
we need to get her on here.
And she's gonna bring up my stuffed manicotti that I talked about.
What the fuck?
Oh god, I used to make that all the time. It was delicious. But I haven't made it since. I just tell people how good it is.
And then other people say how good it is. Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, not going to happen because I don't cook.
At all. Like you've retired from cooking?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like once I beat Bobby Flay, I just said, you know what?
Now, good question. What would you challenge him at? So you beat the first guy.
So I get on and now it's like, okay, Bobby Flay's like, okay, you pick your signature dish.
And you're like...
I'd be like... what would I say? I'd be like, I can make Swiss tacos.
Swiss tacos.
Swiss tacos are when you have no food at home.
Okay.
You have no lunch meat, no bread. So you take a piece of Swiss cheese.
Gotcha.
Okay. Because you always have that. You fold it up. You take some Ruffles, crumble those up in it.
I was about to say it was pretty keto.
A little mustard, and then some Parmesan cheese, and that's it's better than you think.
Is it better?
I feel like Bobby Flay could not make a better Swiss cheese taco.
What if he was like, but he tried to like deconstruct it, and they're just like, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, like it's not even in a taco shape.
But then they look
just made a ham and cheese.
I guarantee you, like the judges like look and they're like it's supposed to be like a blind taste, and they're like, this motherfucker made this Swiss taco. What if one of them was like, you know what, I'm going to put that in my restaurant now. That's brilliant.
I did make Flamin' Hot Cheeto burrito once, which basically is a tortilla shell. Some
flour tortilla.
Yeah, flour tortilla, some Flamin' Hot Cheetos, some shredded Swiss cheese, and some Frank's Red Hot.
No protein in there.
No, you microwave that.
You microwave it?
Yeah, you gotta melt the cheese.
Melt the cheese, okay.
So then you eat half of it and pass out, and the next day you find half of a Flamin' Hot Cheeto burrito on the floor, and you pick it up and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But it was good, I think.
It was kind of like the movie Memento, how he can't remember the previous nights, but you're just, instead of leaving yourself messages about things that like eventually put you to a whole mystery, it's just different various food products you've put together.
Mine's always funny because whenever I have those nights where I have to get up, I just do whatever, and I'll have a couple too many beers, stay up later than I should. And then like a week later, my daughter will be like, hey, can you make me some chicken nuggets? So I go in the air fryer and open it up, and there's already chicken nuggets in it. So then I gotta think, okay, what day did I put these in there, cook them halfway, and then go to bed instead?
That's not safe at all.
No, so I gotta throw those out. One of the best is I went home, we had shrimp on sale at the store. I've never made shrimp in my life, but it sounded good. So I was just going to thaw it out and have like shrimp cocktail. So bought it. A couple days later, I come home. We were out at the bar or whatever. I come home.
Oh my God.
I wake up the next day and I'm like looking around like, okay, I got to have something laying around here. And I was like, I'm really proud of myself. I must have come home, went straight to bed. So I'm getting ready for work, and this is when my laundry room was in the kitchen in an apartment. So I go in there, and I look in the sink, and it's half filled with water. I'm like, what is that? Lift up a plate. Underneath it is a now thawed bag of shrimp that I apparently decided at 2 o'clock in the morning I needed to thaw this shrimp out so that I could have shrimp cocktail before I went to bed.
What? Could you have made a shrimp cocktail at that point?
Well, all I had to do was get it cold. Because it was frozen, so all I had to do was thaw it out.
thought,
And
because they're
apparently,
already cooked shrimp.
by that, I just put it in there, put some hot water in, apparently put a bowl on top of it to keep it underwater,
To keep.
and went to bed. So, yeah, I was impressed that there was no chips anywhere or
Gotcha.
crumbs, but apparently I needed to eat a 1 pound bag of shrimp.
Was that at the apartment that we lived in?
Mm-hmm.
And before I moved in, there were some fun adventures with your previous roommate, right?
Yeah, there's a few.
Do it. They're hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know I don't think he's.
We don't have to say any names.
Yeah, so
You can ask.
they had a roommate, and we both drank a lot. He would go to bed. His room was all the way on this side. Mine was all the way on this side.
Uh-huh.
He had his own bathroom. I had a bathroom, living room in the middle. So I'm sitting there, hanging out. Had another friend over. First time he'd ever hung out with us. And
I love this
my buddy
story.
goes to bed. We play video games. We don't think anything of it. A little while later, we hear his door open, and he walks from his bedroom to the bathroom.
There's about maybe 2.5 feet.
Yeah.
That, like between like
Just
the hallway.
no pants. Just
No
dick.
pants. Shirt like
Just
a
dick
like
slinging.
like a shirt on.
No, he had a shirt. Yeah,
Okay,
just
well.
nothing below the waist. So
Gotcha.
his dick's out. He goes in the bathroom. Me and him are like, "Was that his dick?" Okay. No, I think it was his dick. So we just assume, okay, he's just gonna come back and go into his room and pass out.
And that will be the end of that.
Yeah, and we'll just pretend it never happened. So we're playing video games, and all of a sudden, comes out of the bathroom, turns and looks at us.
basically his bathroom.
Yeah, so then he comes straight towards us. I'm like, I'm a little uncomfortable, and he goes right past me into my room, closes the door, and I look at my other friend. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Did he just go into my room with his dick out? So
And close the door.
yeah, so we're sitting there like, okay, what do we do? I don't want to see it anymore. So
You have to
finally,
deal with the situation.
I open the door. I flip the light on. Motherfucker gets up. He's like, what's up? I was like, dude, you're in my room. He's like, no, I'm not. How'd I get in here? I was like, you literally walked right into here. Like, it wasn't a mystery. You came in here. And I was like, you need to go back to
He
your
somehow
room.
thinks there's just a conspiracy that,
Oh, yeah.
that you and your friend picked him up
Yeah.
and put him in your bed
So-
to then wake him up.
So he's confused as shit. You got that drunk one eye thing going, like, where am I?
Weird hand
So
movements.
I was
too.
like, come on, dude, you need to get up. And he starts to flip the covers over, and then he realizes, and he's like, do you have some shorts I can wear?
oh, Jesus.
So now he's rubbed his dick all over my
He's violated
covers.
your bed. I mean, trust me,
He's
bed.
violated.
He's violated your bed.
So I have to go into his room, find
Uh,
some shorts to
gotcha.
give him to get his dick off my bed and into his room.
Gotcha.
It's odd. It was an odd thing.
And then, so what do you say to your friend that's on the couch? Like, because from the story I remember, like, it happens like once a week.
Yeah.
Or
it was Tuesday. No big deal.
you know, like, but also this is what I don't understand. Like, especially a drunk person, the quickest, fastest route is a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker took a
He took a 90-degree angle away from where he was going.
Walked past
The
you.
best part was he didn't even look at us, like to be like, "Hey, you guys,"
Yeah.
just like the Manchurian candidate, just on his way to rub his dick in my bed.
My favorite was his measuring of Dr. Pepper or Diet Dr. Pepper when he wanted to be healthy and rum.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the McDonald's or like the
It was like
30. It was the
44-ounce QT
40.
cup.
Yeah. So like that. Yeah.
Vodka.
During
Diet
the
Dr.
indent
Pepper.
where it indents.
Yeah.
So it indents and then breaks out. He was like, "You fill that with rum."
Mm.
That is so much rum.
God, he had me doing that for a while, and I just felt like shit. Every
Didn't you
morning.
come home one day when he was just jack wasted and he had the door open, the fireplace?
Oh
going?
yeah. And the door opened because he was probably smoking a cigarette.
Uh-huh.
It's like middle of winter,
Uh-huh.
cold as shit. But he has the fireplace going, which is the only time that fireplace has ever been used. So I'm thinking, okay, my electric bill doesn't even know what to think right now. But then I notice, then he comes and sits down, and the gas that he put in the
The
fireplace
lighter
is literally
fluid.
sitting next to the fireplace.
Safe.
I'm like, maybe we should move that over there and maybe close the door at the same time. Just a hunch. And
What did he say? Was he
he
like, "You're
probably
fucking
says,
stupid"?
I get it. I get it. Shit.
And this guy used to play cards with us, and for a while he'd be good, but then he
You
would
could
just
tell when he hit the point that he was too drunk to function anymore.
yeah, but then he would do weird things. Like people just do weird
That's
things.
kind of the definition of him.
Yeah, just an odd duck.
Yeah.
And then when he wasn't really even there anymore because he was doing other things and being other places. When he said he would be there playing cards with us, it was like he could have just said no, and it would have been whatever. But then I rolled around in his bed naked.
I still have the videos, but
You still have the
I have
videos,
the
man?
videos.
What phone was that on? It was like a Samsung One or something like that.
I uploaded it all to OneDrive, the cloud
Okay.
on there, so I have pretty much every video I've ever taken.
Yeah.
You know which one we found the other day?
What?
When we played cards? Danielle on one of her old phones has the video of Reed. Remember when we picked up my daughter's guitar? The Dora Explorer guitar? And starts rocking out. And he's like tuning it.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like slapping.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That was great.
So serious the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Les Claypool with a Dora guitar.
Swiper, no swiping.
That's probably one of the best old videos I've seen.
Man, I took a bubble bath in his tub. That one was.
And we didn't have actual red wine, so we used like some kind of
You
juice.
bought some acai,
That's what
to
it
get healthy,
was.
and it's like, what are you doing, dude? And then when he found those videos, how pissed was he? He was so pissed.
Remember when he was moving out finally?
Oh my
And
god!
you were like, "Hey, you forgot your brush. Your
That
toilet
was you.
brush." Was that me?
That was you. Because what he did was he came in, he had already got basically all his stuff, right? And we were hanging or something like that. He comes in, and this is probably the most, to be honest, one of the most dangerous things I've ever seen someone do is with his creepy Hulk-like strength, takes the whole box spring, it just grabs his box spring and chucks it over, because you're the second floor, without looking to see if there are people underneath him in these busy apartments where there are kids all the time, just chucks it. Like somehow he's hurting us by destroying his own box spring that I defiled. And I'm like you didn't just wanted to look down there and see if there was
take a quick peek.
any people like that. Remember, we were talking about this earlier, but getting Rock Band.
Mm-hmm.
That was some of the most fun.
I loved it. I loved it.
Do you remember playing the Metallica Death Magnetic?
Mm-hmm.
And Lisa was on vocals, and she was doing like one of the hardest songs, Hunt You Down All Night. And she was like, Hunt You Down Without Mercy, and you're like, kitty, you know, all night man long.
Yeah, so she's not very intimidating on the mic.
You know, she was no Hetfield there.
No,
not
it was more of a Natalie Imbruglia type thing.
Do you know that James Hetfield's a beekeeper? He fucking keeps bees. Weird fact.
You gotta have something to do, I guess.
It's not that metal. I mean,
now that you can't drink or do drugs, you gotta come to something else.
But what if he went through the list, skydiving? I don't really want to do that. Beekeeping, that's on the list. Or hunting, outdoors. I could do that. Fucking beekeeping. No one's gonna expect me to do that shit.
It's not for everybody. One of the managers at work is a beekeeper.
Beekeeper.
She's very, very passionate about it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but she's tried to fill us in on the importance of bees, and if I had any sort of knowledge about nature, I'd probably get it more.
They're cross-pollinating like motherfuckers.
Yeah, but I don't understand that because all I think is they're annoying, so they must die. But that's not really a good way to do it.
Hitler had that same thought. Like
Yeah.
Jews, they're annoying.
Yeah.
Gypsies, they're annoying. They must die. And you think these, and then there's different
No, I
species
don't.
of bees.
Yeah. Where are those killer bees coming? That were like 20 years ago. Were coming our way.
Remember they were like African killer
Yeah,
bees.
because
Like
they even had to make bees racist. So
Yeah,
they call
like
them Africanized.
yeah, Africanized. Like
Yeah.
like how do you get Africanized? That's crazy. And then they were like, yep, they're there. And then like wasps. What are wasps? Wasps are stupid. They shouldn't exist. They're dumb.
What was another thing I was thinking of? Things that they tell you is coming there that you should be afraid of. One I always remember was acid rain. Remember when they used to talk about acid rain?
Yeah.
You ever seen acid rain? You ever heard of there being
I
acid rain?
guarantee you there's like some acid rain over in like China because of the pollution and
Oh,
stuff.
I think that's just regular rain.
That's
but
just
it just comes down and there's just so much acid in the air. It just collects the acid with it.
It gotcha.
Yeah.
So there's like the pollution, acid.
But you know how you know China's air is better? You can see it. Yeah, because like right now, you don't know you're breathing air right now.
Yeah.
You just have to take.
So it just needs to have a dark hue
Yeah,
to
if
it.
you were in China, you'd know you're breathing air because you can see it going in and out.
You can probably even taste it and feel it in your lungs, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like the water in Flint, you know.
But then
you drink clean water and you're like, was that even water? But I guarantee if you take a glass of water from Flint, you know you just drank water because it's green and I think there's probably like a goldfish in it.
You're gonna get a dead goldfish.
Yeah.
Like even the fish can't even live in the water. But there'd be minerals in it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need distilled water.
What if they found out that the water in Flint, Michigan, cured cancer?
And they're just stopping it.
Yeah, and they're just like, let's let it go for a little while. Let's let it play out. See how many cases of cancer are cured. And then once they figure out what's doing it, then they'll be like, all right, now here's some clean water.
That's a perfect way to do it. Like the fountain of youth, or like the cure to immortality is in Flint, Michigan. like of all the places.
And I promise you, not one person in Flint, Michigan,
crazy.
If they could have like a never-ending life because of something discovered there, they would all say no.
Yeah,
because they're like, I just went out of Flint.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? I'll live in Poughkeepsie. The crazy fact, Michigan-wise, you met Eminem.
I did.
You've met a couple different rappers, which I think is kind of nuts. That like you don't you talk
actually,
about
too.
it all
I
the
met
time.
Two. Yeah,
but it's just like these cool little facts that like you eventually find out about your friends, where you're like, oh, I met Eminem. Like what? When did you meet Eminem?
and I had a picture with the other rapper that I met, but I don't know what happened to that.
What was that?
Naughty by Nature.
Yeah.
It's Tretch from Naughty by Nature. Tretch and Vinny.
Well, and you met them at probably a fancy restaurant, right?
McDonald's in Ohio.
Just there.
Yeah.
And then did anyone else know who they were?
I don't think it was like 2 a.m. or
what
something.
What do you do when you walk in there and you're like, oh shit, there's Naughty by Nature? Like,
honestly, it was me and my brother, and we saw Vinny, the shorter, stockier dude, first, and we thought it was a joke. Man, that dude looks like Vinny from Naughty by Nature. And then Tretch comes out of the bathroom, and Tretch is a pretty recognizable guy because he's ripped. At that time he had the crazy cornrows, and he's just like a vest with nothing on underneath it and a big chain.
Combat vest.
And I'm like, that is definitely Naughty by Nature. So we said, I was going to try to run out and get a copy of my CD that I had and sign it, but, they were in a hurry, obviously, because they were trying to get their MacDs to hit the road.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up getting them to sign some kind of piece of paper we had, and got a picture of him. And, of course, if you're going to be a rapper and you're a hardcore rapper, even he's signing it, and my mom pulls out a camera, and he's like, because you can't.
Hard as fuck.
Yeah, he ain't no bitch. He's gonna sign this like a gangster. So yeah, I don't even remember what year that was, but yes, I have a picture of Tretch signing an autograph.
Naughty by Nature was pretty relevant. So,
and then Eminem, I met right after the Slim Shady LP came out. I think it was his first one.
Yeah.
So this was after Hi, My Name was on the radio. It's kind of making the rounds, and it was different because I listened to rap back then, and I'd never heard kind of a white guy talk about like his family and drugs and relationship. It was always, I was into Tupac and West Coast rap and all that stuff. So it was different. So it became kind of popular. And found out my girlfriend at the time, her her dad was marrying Eminem's aunt,
Gotcha.
who was the sister to his mom that he always raps about.
Yeah.
So I wasn't that excited because at that time he was pretty new and it was kind of cheesy a little bit. So I was like, he's not going to be around in
Also,
2 years.
too, it's a wedding you have to fucking go to.
Yeah, and I don't like doing that anyway. So we're sitting there. I'm on this side of the aisle. He's on this side of the aisle, but he's sitting in the seat right across the aisle.
Yeah.
So I keep kind of looking over just to see, and Kim is there. I'm not even shitting you. She's wearing a leopard skin
Of course.
dress that stops like right
Appropriate.
here.
Appropriate.
Haley was there. She had to have been like 2, maybe. Adorable. I think I feel like she might have been in the wedding, like a ring.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure. So then, me thinking, oh, this little white dude ain't gonna be nothing. He's nobody famous.
Look at this piece
So
of
after
shit.
this, I wasn't into family stuff anyway. So I was ready to go hang out with my friends. They were gonna go out. I was like, that's fine, have fun. And then the next day, she came home. She said, yeah, it was really cool. We went to the bar. He bought some drinks. I got a picture taken with him. He signed a napkin. Said he all had a good time. And then kind of just forgot about her. Put it out of my mind because I didn't think anything of it. And then next thing you know, he blew up. Like, just huge. And now, of course, he's top 5 all time. And I'm like, God, I wish I would have went out with him. Just so
Just
I'd
to
have
say
a couple
that,
more
yeah.
stories about Eminem.
Or that Eminem bought you a drink.
Yeah,
That'd
be some shit.
What if you could go back in time? Would you battle rap him across the aisle?
Oh, he'd destroy me.
But let's say, with stuff from the future that he's gonna do or get in trouble with.
Maybe I hit him up with Kill Shot.
And he's
before like, whoa, this is crazy.
And
this dude's a genius.
And you make it so that he doesn't even become Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you abort Eminem.
Yeah, and he all of a sudden he just does underground rap in Detroit and just does 8 Mile over and over again.
He writes 8 Mile, but no one buys it.
Yeah, they're like,
but they buy the Chris King story. What
Chris King LP2?
What was the high school you went to?
Mid
Buchanan Mile. Spaghetti.
Yeah, you can't even do 8 Mile because the entire town was only like 2 miles long.
That's what it's called. 2 miles long. 2 miles long. But yeah, when you said that, I was like, what? You'd be like, yeah, my girlfriend and the family and all this stuff. But then you say, like, when he, like, there were cameras or stuff around, that he got a little hard.
Well, later on, like, not really cameras around, but people were like taking photos of everybody.
Gotcha.
And of course, yeah, every time the camera was up, he'd have to go into his rap persona, and then in between, he'd be just talking to his family and stuff like that. Which obviously Tretch has to do at McDonald's, Eminem has to do there. It just must be a rap thing.
But what if it was the thing where they saw you and they're like, fuck, I gotta flex hard.
Yeah, this motherfucker flexes nuts.
This dude is it.
By the way, I'm trying to get that term to catch on. Flex nuts.
Flex nuts?
Yeah.
Not flex these nuts?
No, I flex nuts.
You flex